Throughout this bear market, whether it's on-chain metrics, technical analysis data, economic data, we've had over and over again these bottom signals. Right now, playing out before our eyes, another bottom signal. And before I talk about what that signal is, I real quick want to set context, kind of set some tone for how we're navigating through this bottom of this bear market and what the end of the bear market potentially looks like. And I also just want to preface by saying, this is how I see the charts and the markets, everybody. This is just my opinion, my view. Absolutely nobody in the world knows what's going to happen, but I think the data is extraordinarily helpful in navigating through these winters that we fall into in crypto. This is 2015 bottoming out for crypto. This is the Bitcoin chart. If you're any type of crypto holder, this chart is truly a navigation guide. I say it all the time. Two things I want to just point out in the formation of this bottom in 2015. 20-week moving average right here in green. This green line is a huge macro moving average that truly does distinguish between bear and bull. You can see in bear, just Bitcoin falling and trading below, and then in bull environments, trading above. This is a big signal for Bitcoin. Now, if we look at this other area, this other indicator that we've been tracking, it's these retracements, these 786 lines, a Fibonacci retracement. You can see two things happening at the end of the bear market. Number one, 20-week moving average in green being broken. And then number two, 786 line being broken, both seeing Bitcoin with nice extension and separation away from those areas. We move forward to the last bear market. Exactly the same type of thing. 20-week moving average being broken, 786 line as well being broken, and we're getting this separation of Bitcoin from those areas. Now, here's what's crucial, and this chart is not the signal that I'm talking about in this video. We're going to get that in 1 minute, but check out what's happening right now for Bitcoin. 786 line, Bitcoin testing it right now, 20-week moving average around $1,000 above where Bitcoin is. So the test truly coming into play as Bitcoin finds its bottoming out range. And what's so interesting is we could be in this bottom range for months. This is what happened in previous bear cycles. So we have to have some patience in that regard and just kind of be on standby as we watch these markets play out. Now, I want to go over to the news, the most recent news with crypto and why it's a bottom signal. I want to explain very simply. Coinbase to lay off 20% of workers in latest sign of crypto industry pain. I just want to say, first off, I even have a client in our recruiting firm that recently laid off, I think, like 50% of their workforce. It's such a bummer. It's such a shame. I feel for each and every one of these people that has really put so much time into building these companies, and they have to kind of pivot and bounce forward into a different direction. I feel for them, and I really hope for the best for them. This is what's happening right now across just the economy in general, but this is what's happening in crypto. 20% of workers in latest sign of crypto industry pain. I'm going to explain why this is a bottom signal, and it's going to make perfect sense in just a minute. We also saw the fallout from unscrupulous actors in the industry. There could still be further contagion. This is Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase. And then he goes on at the end here, if you read this, he says, Coinbase remains well capitalized. Crypto isn't going anywhere. In fact, recent industry events will ultimately benefit Coinbase and crypto by weeding out the bad players and ushering in regulatory clarity. The reason this is a bottom signal is this, and that doesn't mean the bottom is in, but we are in that bottom range. We've seen this exact same thing happen in the last bear cycle. And there's macroeconomic data that backs this up even as well. We go over here. This is another headline. Crypto layoff signal long downturn ahead with no end in sight. Experts warn. You can just see prices falling. Now, just because we're seeing these layoffs doesn't mean prices are going to keep falling and falling all through 2023. In fact, it could be the opposite. Look at this headline. Consensus confirms layoffs, projecting 13% of staff at startups to be cut. This was December 6, 2018. Let's look at a Bitcoin chart real quick back in December 2018. The bottom of that bear market, December 15th, right here, the bottom of the bear market for Bitcoin and crypto. We go back to headlines in that time frame. Check this out. Crypto startups hit by layoffs as falling prices bite. December 2018, sorry. Here's another one. Bitmain lays off up to 50% of staff as crypto crash continues to bite. December 25th, 2018. And then check this out. This was an article back in 2018, in December, mind you. December 18th, 2018. The first layoffs and shutdowns already known are just the beginning of a tsunami of bad news to come. And this is yet without the regulators becoming more involved in the system. I anticipate many more layoffs, shutdowns, disguised talent acquisitions, and mergers, legal actions, dirty stories to surface about how investors were defrauded, and who knows what else. It was bad, right? Layoffs they're not good. They're not good to see. Nobody wants to see it. But you see that these headlines, you see how even in 2018, literally at the bear market low, the bottom of the bear market was December 2018. At that time, when all of those headlines were just going crazy, that fear that you just saw in that article we just read, when all of that was happening, it was truly a bottoming out signal back then. But most people, when reading those headlines, thinking, man, things are getting so bad. All these layoffs happening, crypto's falling, failing. We probably have so much more downside. And the opposite was true. Now, the reason why macroeconomic data backs this up is also just because when we look at just historical recessions, the last 70 years almost worth of recessions, I believe it is, we see that the year before the recession is typically the worst year for markets. Now, if that's the case, and we are seeing a 2023 recession in the headlines, that could possibly mean that 2022 is the actual worst year for crypto, which would state that if 2022 was the worst year for crypto, and we look at this chart now, and 2022 has just come to an end, and we're starting 2023 in this bottom range for Bitcoin, historically, in these bear markets, this is a bottom range that we've entered, it would stand to reason that this is just another bottom signal, and it really truly is consistent with historical data. Once again, the last bear market, we saw the same exact thing. And what's so amazing to me, and there are no guarantees, everybody, and I'm not trying to throw hopium out there, but what's so amazing to me is we keep seeing this repetition of these data points. And the same thing in bull markets. We see the same type of headlines in bull markets that signal the tops of bull markets. And we're seeing the same type of thing in bear markets that signal the bottom of bear markets. It's absolutely incredible to watch this play out. What will be even more incredible is just to see if this actually proves itself to be true and really to be reliable, right? Will this really signal the bottom range of crypto? And this Bitcoin chart is truly getting so interesting right now. Bitcoin testing this macro 786 line on this macro chart. This is a daily zoomed in. 62 days, Bitcoin has been trading below the 786 line. We zoom out. If you've been watching my videos, last bear market, it traded under that 786 line 133 days. So maybe there's a few months left. Maybe there's not a few months left. We're in that bottom range, in my opinion. I guess you could call that a Bitcoin prediction. Doesn't matter what you call it. I could be 100% wrong. It's just what I think. I think we're going to start seeing S&P 500 equity markets start turning around. Even if there is one leg down, we zoom out on the year that we just had, 2022, and I think that's the worst of it. Maybe one more leg down, but it's going to be way quicker than what we've been through so far. And all of these things truly coming together, I think, to tell the story of the bottom formation of this bear market. Again, I can't stress this enough, everybody. This is just my opinion. This is just how I see these charts. And as I navigate through this bear market and I try and make my own decisions, I'm just evaluating the data and kind of speculating in my own way. And I'm just sharing that with you. So hopefully the data I'm sharing proves valuable to you as you kind of track your own journey. You make your own decisions, but I really appreciate you either way. Hit the comments below. Let me know what you think about all of this data coming together. And if you think too that the bear market formation truly is here and we're getting close, all of these things coming together, very fun to watch. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hit the subscribe and like. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.